is Shop Talk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, oh, we keep it real. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning to my lovely people. How are you? Oh, wait, let's unmute it.
I'm good. I'm wide awake.
You wide awake. That's what we want.
Considering I worked last night.
Huh?
I'm good. Considering I worked last night, but I'm good.
Oh, you worked last night?
Uh-huh.
That's what we do. That's what we do. All right, listen here. First of all, I want to say happy Black History Month to my lovely people.
Yes, happy Black History Month, y'all.
What? Come on, y'all got to do better than that. I understand being a guest. And we're going to talk. All right, let me introduce my guest first, okay? For Black History Month, I'll start off this way. For Black History Month, what Shop Talk with Mel Production has done, we are highlighting Black business owners, and they will get the opportunity to have free advertisement. Okay? Okay.
Hey!
I need a sign to say applause.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got myself. And this week we are featuring 3 businesses. And one, I am so excited. The first business, I actually know this brother. We was on the same network doing it up. Special Ed is what we called him. Mr. Underwood. I want to give you a shout out because I was totally shocked and I didn't know. And I see you put it in there and I still didn't know who it was. And I'm like, Unity Market in Delhi. Did I say that right? Okay, let's do this. Hold on 1 second, sir. Let me get you right out. Look, getting prepared for the show. Wait a minute. There we go. We're trying this version.
You can hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What's up,
cool,
Ed?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Nikki?
I'm good.
What's going on?
All right. So Ed, like I said, we called him Special Ed on air. And I'm just excited. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, well, it is me. And thank you for choosing me. I think it was a great thing it's a good thing for you to highlight these businesses, and especially during this month. We get our props, but it's kind of different because I'm doing the business, so it's hard to think about Black history or being Black when you're just doing the business. So
when you Black 365, right?
Yeah, I'm just doing the business the best I can. So I just happen to be Black, and I appreciate the recognition. So thank you. And it is Unity Market in Delhi. You did say the name right, and the name says a lot. We put a lot of thought into the name, and that's the theme throughout this whole endeavor, is to bring unity.
Where are you located?
Right on the border of Sharon and Farrell in Mercer County. The address is 495 George Street. And I acquired this store off of a good friend of mine.
Let's slow down and bring the listening audience in who can't see you. Okay, because we still have them. Unity Market in Delhi is located in, you said Sharon, or where first?
It's in Sharon. It's a Sharon address.
Okay. The contact information, your phone number, go ahead with it. It's running across
okay.
Bottom
724 685-2004 is our phone number.
Is your phone number. Now, I do have to ask you this real quick. What made you, I know you're an educator. Look, that I know.
Yeah.
What radio personality? What made you go into into the market, Delhi?
Yeah, how about that? Well, Um, I always been I've been an entrepreneur since I realized that I don't like having a boss.
Okay.
So even when I was an educator, I ran my own tutoring service, and I taught basically on my terms. And when this opportunity to acquire this, to take over this store, I mean, it was basically a no-brainer because there was too many reasons to do it and not enough reasons not to do it. And one of them, I hear a lot of people ask me that question. You know, they think it's a big thing, but I've never been afraid. I'm not afraid to try new stuff, and this is definitely new. And the whole saga about acquiring the store and going through different avenues and whatnot is a book itself. And but now that I went through it, I got the blueprint. So, I mean, it is what it is now.
You got the blueprint?
Yep.
Now tell me this. It's correct me if I'm wrong. It's a convenience store?
Yes. Convenience store it's a one-stop shop for all your convenience needs. We have money orders, we got bill pay, we got lottery coming, we got a full service kitchen.
Okay.
We got gambling machines there. I got a lot of stuff going on.
So like those spots, like what is it? What are those things called, Nick? You remember it was around in that plaza and you go in there.
The licensed lottery game.
Yeah. They're like little, I call them mini casinos, but yeah, there's a lot of places where you can play. That store has definitely been a staple of that community because I'm from that community forever. So I'm so glad that someone Black owns it now.
Okay, well, I want to go into that a little bit. When you said it's a staple of the community, so is it like you were saving it? Because I know with the economy being the way that it is now, the mom and pops aren't able to stay afloat. So is that what happened?
It's a whole that, and along with other things. Well, there's a lot of people that was interested in buying this store because of the location, because of how secure the building is, and how well Mr. Omar kept the building and the store. That store been there under the same owner for over 40 years, and then now it's me. So this is the same store where my father and his friends hang out on the stoop and watch all the young people come in and out. So I was like, man, if I would let an out of towner come and get this, then I wouldn't even feel right riding by, or where would my people sit at, or any of this stuff was going. So, I felt it was like, basically, if nobody else gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it. So I jumped in. It took over a year to acquire the store, and dealing with the bank, different grants, and thank goodness Mr. Omar was a man of his word, because he could have sold a lot of time, but he stuck to it, and he still helps me to this day. So good people around you, good things happen.
Very good. Now, if you would like to support this convenience store, Black-owned business, let's reiterate, you can do so. Call in 724-685-2004. That's Unity Market and Deli. And he said, y'all heard Mr. Underwood. He said, one second, he said that it's a one-stop shop. Go ahead.
We're also the home of the cheeseburger sub.
A cheeseburger sub?
Cheeseburger sub. Our kitchen is banging. I got my man Chef Pat in there. He doing it up every day, every weekday. I got my weekend cook. We got fish Fridays, wing Wednesdays. We got a lot of flavors, and a lot of people come in. They love our food over there. So you call in, you can put your order in, come pick it up. It's fresh and hot. We'll even bring it out to your car for you.
Now that's really good. So if you are in the Sharon area, feel free to stop by and support this brother. Unity Market and Deli. Unity Market and Deli. Y'all got to check them out. I'm gonna take a ride. When I'm in the area, I might do the pop-up. Like this.
It's right on the border of Sharon Fair, right there.
All right. So give that address again for me, Mr. Underwood.
495 George Street in Sharon, Pennsylvania, 16146.
What is your times? What's your hours?
We're open from 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. We're open from 9 to 10 on the weekends, and the kitchen hours are from 11 to 7 on the weekdays and 11 to 5 on the weekend.
I got one more question before I let you go. Are you having issues with employees or getting employees?
No.
Very good.
No.
Very good. All right, one more time. That phone number, Unity Market in Deli, 724-685-2004. We'll be running his ad all week. So you guys check him out. Call in if you have questions. Do you guys, you know how they have, what is that? Not the Uber Eats or the DoorDash, but where they go grocery shopping for you. Do you have that where you guys, if you call the number, you guys will pack up their groceries for them and they can pay you, and then you'll bring it to the car? You know how you go pick it up, like Walmart does it.
The Instacart.
There you go.
I tell you, Instacart, but no, not yet. But guess what? Thank you very much. I might just be adding that service too, because since we are one-stop shop, I wasn't up on that one, so I might have to do that. We do that,
don't we, Nick?
Yes, we do. You definitely got to think about our elders in that community.
We do that.
The can't get out there no more.
Innovative. Hey, if you want in on this conversation, feel free to do so. The phone number here is 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. If you have a question, like I said, thank you so much, Unity Market and Deli, 724-685-2004. Check them out. You heard it right here on Shop Talk. This is an exclusive. They get your groceries together for you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You are so welcome, Ed. I'm happy to see you. We gotta get you. Well, we can't get you back on the air right now. You're busy.
Well, I'm busy, but I'll make time. Just hit me up.
I definitely will. Thank you so much.
Matter of fact, I got some other stuff coming, so we definitely gonna be in touch. So yeah, stay tuned.
Okay.
All right. Love it. Thanks again. I truly appreciate you coming on a Saturday, so I know you're pretty busy and giving us that time.
I'm on my way right now. When I get off this, I got some stuff to do. So yeah, you know how it is.
All right. And we'll also be running the ad on the website, shoptalkwithmel.com. So check them out. Do what you do. And like I said, you heard it right here. He about to do the doggone thing with the Instacart. Thank you so much, Ed. Give that number one more time.
724-685-2004.
Now, if someone would like to donate and just send you a blessing, kick off, get your business going, who would they make their checks out to, or like the Zelle, or, they got so many different things. What is it? Venmo, all those things, or Cash App,
Yeah, I have a Cash App. My Cash App is $Renegade Teacher.
Renegade Teacher?
Yeah.
Give us some
Renegade Teacher.
So we'll send a check. What's the address?
The address is 495 George Street. 495 George Street, Sharon, Pennsylvania, 16146.
All right, you heard it. All right, thanks again, Ed.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. Appreciate it very much.
You got it. Oh, that is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, I remember when he was first talking about it, and when it first opened up. Yes. And then when I found out who was cooking,
our next advertiser that we have, or that we're doing advertisement for Black History Month is none other than Marcus Diller. Let's give it
Good
up.
morning, ladies. Good morning,
morning.
and happy Black History Month.
Happy
Yes.
Black History Month. I know that's right.
You just out in the area, huh? Doing you as usual.
You know what? It is 8:27 this morning, and it's nice and sunny. And I wanted to give you a real mountain view backdrop.
Is that shade? Ah!
I have on a hoodie and shorts, so
You're like, let me give you the real deal of what I
let me
do.
get you the real deal. Because remember the last time I was talking about my hiking and all of my hiking and what inspired me to do my photography. So I want to give you a piece of inspiration live and in color.
You know I love inspiration. I love inspiration. So this is Marcus Diller. He's a photographer, and he just let you guys know what his inspiration was, and it was his hiking. I don't know too many Black brothers that hike.
Oh, it's a lot out here. You'll be surprised. Come on out here and see for yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Come on out here and see for yourself.
I gotta go to Arizona.
You gotta come to Arizona. I'll be your tour guide out here. I will definitely be your tour guide. But there is a Black hiking group out here who inspired me to hike.
Okay.
Shout out to Camel Life hiking group. And one of the leaders is from Cleveland, Ohio, and he got me inspired. Him and his group, they are wonderful. I haven't hiked as much lately because of my busy schedule, but they're wonderful. Camel Life in the house. I want to give you a shout out. So thank you all, brothers and sisters, for making a way and helping me improve and getting me inspired for my photography.
That is amazing. Marcus Dillard, photography
and art.
I got it together this time. Yeah, okay, there you go. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you moved over to over to, like it's just right over there, Arizona. That's the heat. Yeah, it's over from one side to the other because you moved over.
I
mean, completely. Why? Well, why?
Well, my son was out here.
Okay.
And he needed his dad. Plain and simple. He needed his dad in his life. And I'm tired. I got tired of the webcams. I got tired of the FaceTime. I wanted the real time. And that's all that mattered. That's all that mattered to me. That's what got me out here originally. I didn't know anything about photography to this level until I got here.
And then you started hiking.
That door opened up to another door to open up to this.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, for those who don't know, which a lot of people probably don't, unless you saw that M, which he writes it like me. So don't be out here signing my name with the M signing my name. I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. He did my headshots. That's who did my headshots. Flew from Arizona to come and do me. I feel so special.
You are special. You're Melanie, of course. Why wouldn't I? Come on now.
Oh,
we know who you are. You're from the we take care of each other. We look out for each other. We network together, bring each other up. Forget that crab in the barrel stuff, because it's not about who built the barrel. It's about destroying that barrel and getting out of that barrel.
Right.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. Forget that, breaking that generational curse. Let's stop that and just embrace each other. And I'm like, oh, Melanie, I can't wait for that. I couldn't wait for that project. Trust. I was bragging on the plane, on the flight there. I was bragging to folks. Folks didn't even know me. They're like, and they saw my shirt because I had on one of my shirts, and they was like, oh, you do photography. So I was like, yes, I'm doing it for this lady right here. And this, and I was giving her information about you to them. They didn't know who you were, but I still looked out for you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, come on now. Of course.
Put me on that West Coast. Put me on that West Coast.
Oh, you out here on the West Coast, trust.
Put me on that West Coast, not just California. Put me in Arizona.
I got you. I got you. Because this market, the market out here really needs to be more intact out here. It's not as we as black people out here. It needs to be revised and more sturdy out here in Phoenix. And I am more than willing to just help get that going, you know. And it's a different vibe out here, but we continue to make sure that it's positive. And
Very
that's
good.
how I am with my photography. Since the last time we did this interview and talked to me, my photography has upscaled and has been up to a whole different level because the word dealer photography and art, I added the artwork to my photography because I've done for the Halloween photo shoot that I've done for my realtor friend Cam Law and her buddy is awesome. It's awesome. And I added my artwork and the special effects to the photos. And so that's what the end art is, you know, and it was so much fun, so wonderful, and it was pretty awesome. And God has really brought me into the direction to really step out of that zone to a higher level, and just don't be afraid to do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't think so hard on, oh, how am I going to do this? How? Just do it. Just, you know, it's not gotta take care of the rest. Just start. Just
And
start.
look at his beauty behind you.
Man, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Nice
Don't get
and
hit by
sunny.
no car. You look like you're in the street.
No. Well, it's a field in it's a neighborhood right here.
Oh, okay. It's
And
people.
and there's a row of there's a citrus row of oranges and lemons right here. You can just pick from the tree. And
Wow.
yeah, and there's a guy walking his dog there, and
All right. Well, we won't put him on because I don't need him to come looking for me. Hey, listen, I thank you for coming on, and I appreciate your words of inspiration.
sure.
That's key. The title of today's show is Headstrong. It's a mindset,
Yes.
it's the way you think.
Yes.
You talked about crabs in a barrel, and I'm only repeating it because you mentioned it. And it's sad because you can go to, they say a prophet is unknown in his own land.
Exactly.
And you could go somewhere else and nobody's competing with you. And we have to stop competing with our own people. And I understand being a competitor. And
In
if
the
that's
market.
thrive on, that's fine. But I'm going to just put this little gem out there. Boom. This little gem of being competitive. The only person you want to compete with is yourself.
Exactly.
How can you make yourself better?
Exactly.
Because when you compete with an individual, let's be real, you set them to a higher standard, which is good, but maybe that's not where God wants you to be. He wants you to be a little higher.
Exactly.
So,
right. Exactly.
Yourself. You know, is this where I want to be? You know, I write everything down, you know,
Exactly.
and it's like, where I want to be. When you reach that goal, once you obtain that goal, even if you decide, okay, I want to break, because that happens, because that's why we switch jobs or careers. The last guy who was chosen for advertisement, and educator. So you got a teacher, a radio person. Now he owns a convenience store. So you want to just keep reinventing yourself.
Exactly.
What you have to do is stop right there. Hopefully nobody said that. And that's why, I wanted to talk about the crabs in the barrel. Now, I was talking to my mom yesterday and we were talking about the same. So it's funny, you should talk about the lemons. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Now, the dark side of me came out and said, well, that sugar will decrease your immune system and you get sick and won't be able to do what you need to do. And then my mother, the philosopher, she said, it's bigger than that.
It is.
Plant some seeds, make a lemon field, and
make a whole field.
Then you can do whatever you want to do with your lemons. Okay.
Exactly.
And go ahead.
I just wanted to make this a backdrop and just show that exactly. So
Y'all allowed to take lemons off the tree still?
Yeah, these are in our community. These are community trees. So anybody that lives here, you could just for free.
For
Oh,
free.
So
What?
my lesson to this is the reason why I came over here to this orchard part. As you can see, the row of trees down there is that when God gives you an opportunity, take it.
You better preach.
okay.
You better preach. What
Okay.
love? Preach.
Yes. Yes. I felt that. Trust me.
Seriously, take.
Yes.
You've got the opportunity, take it.
Absolutely.
This is the season to reap. This is the season to reap. This time of year, they're available at your reach. So when God gave me that opportunity, I took it.
You did, and I
It's,
appreciate it because you
you
done
know,
made my stuff the bomb. Art. That's the art. That was like a commercial.
it is.
That was a commercial, Marcus. That was a commercial.
Hey, I
And
mean,
you
there's
know what?
like I
I
said,
want
there's the
to
lemon trees, there's the orange trees, and it's just the citrus. It's just
eat from the fruit.
eat it, eat it, just
And
eat it.
let me say this: even if you didn't produce it, eat from it. So you have those people that will say, "Oh, they're a user." You're not a user. You're an
No,
opportunist.
no,
Do what you
opportunist.
got the opportunity. Go for it. But before I let you go, how
Yes.
can people reach out to you? I do know, you flew in, so I so appreciate that.
I'll
Um,
be back out there again
yeah.
too, pretty soon.
Now you do
So
travel and do photography for people, correct?
yes,
I wasn't just special. It's like, go ahead, go ahead. I'm playing. Go
you
ahead.
are special. You know you are. Well, basically, you can get in touch with me at dillardphotographyandart.com. dillardphotographyandart.com. You can reach me there on my website there. Also, I have on the site, I have my link to Facebook and also Instagram, which is the Dillard Photography on Instagram. And I have my own page there for my photos and everything. And just get in touch with me and check out my site, see what you like. I have a wedding coming up pretty soon. I got booked for. Next month I will be in DC one weekend. The next weekend I will be in Atlanta, and the following weekend I will be in Chicago. So this will
See?
be my first official tour for Diller Photography and Art, and I
When
will
you
be in
coming to Houston?
Youngstown.
Oh
Well,
yes, there you go. She's
Yeah,
a
when
let
you
me
coming to
know.
Houston?
Well, whenever you want me to come to Houston, I'll be more than
just
happy to come to
welcome.
Houston.
Okay.
Let me say this before I let you go. I do have to add something.
Sure.
I'll tell you why you were a standout for me.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm a little old school. Before, when you took pictures, well, we didn't have social media.
Hmm.
Before, you would take pictures. Everybody else didn't see your photos before you. So
Right.
I like that. I don't like, and that's why I chose you. I don't like where I paid for a photography session and it's on Facebook, you're advertising. And not you per se, but that's what's
Oh,
happening with other photographers that I see. They're advertising your pictures, your photos. You haven't even seen them yet. And then my issue is, how about a little respect? Ask me because I paid full price. Now, and this is me,
exactly.
so I want a lot of you other people to listen to this too. If I paid you full price to take my photos, if you
Hmm.
want to use me as advertisement, you're gonna have to pay me.
Exactly. Hey, you go back full circle. It's a
Right.
full 360 circle. I understood that concept a long time ago, and it wasn't just for photography. It was just for my artwork. It was just period. And people, and I didn't understand at first why, and then I said, "Oh, I see. I see what you. Okay, I understood that full concept. That bartering system comes back, and if you're gonna have somebody, if you're gonna use somebody for your services, pay them back.
Pay them
It's
back.
simple. It's simple.
Just throw your pictures up there. It'll be a wedding that just took place, and they paid this photographer. I know, you know what I mean?
Right.
They paid this photographer, and then your wedding pictures is for everybody else to see. No, 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 no. My wedding, and
No.
something like that is personal for me.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not, that's intimate. I don't need the whole world to be seeing all my wedding photos. And I'm
Right.
going to say this, be upset if you will, business owners. I'm serious. You're going to have to pay me all my money because you cannot just use my intimate moment, private moment, and just put it out there for your advertisement without asking.
Exactly.
10% off. Do something. Fair
Something.
exchange, no robbery.
Exactly. Exactly. And I made sure, even if when you asked me for just for your headshot, I went out my way to make sure you got all the pictures that you wanted to because you're male. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do that with just anybody. Number one. And number two, like people say, well, you cheating. It's like, no, I'm not cheating anything. I'm investing. I'm investing because, first of all, she's not only my friend, but we're professionals here. We are both professionals. I was a professional when I did your shoot. You were professional by being the perfect model for it, and who you are. All you, like I said before, all you are is your name. That's all you have.
Yeah.
And and
No one
I was
understood
taught
it.
that at a young age that's all who you are. That's all you have is your name. Let people see it, let people know it in a good way and not the bad way. If it's going to be a bad way, at least turn it around and make it a good way so that bad way could be a testimony for a good way.
Absolutely. And
So
that's how it's all in your mindset.
exactly. It's like your mindset and also your plan.
Oh, you got a plan. Proper wisdom, the 5 P's, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Exactly.
You can look crazy if you want to. You better be like, listen, I'd rather come on late. If I'm not all the way together, I will be like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I would rather come
Exactly.
because I do want my guests. I appreciate every guest that I have, and it's about
Yes,
uplifting.
definitely.
It's about uplifting.
And let me
So,
tell you, when I come back to Youngstown, when I
I
come
hope
back to
I'm
Youngstown,
here.
I'm going to that guy's
Oh, to the market.
and I'm going to go check out Mr. Underwood's place too. So,
Unity Marketing
uh,
Deli. That's what's
oh my
up.
gosh, yes, I did not know
I
that.
got a
I did not
cheeseburger
know
sub.
that.
My mind can't get with the
Yeah,
cheeseburger sub.
I was like,
It's good.
yeah, I'm gonna try that
It's
out. I'm gonna
good.
try that out.
Is
I
it?
It's
Oh,
believe
you'll
you.
find it next.
definitely cheeseburger sub is that's the Farrell Sharon thing right there. Yes,
Is that
Okay,
like a meatball
okay,
sub?
it's an
yeah.
actual
What does it look like?
cheeseburger on the sub.
Does it look like a cheeseburger, like a hoagie bun?
Is it like
Yes, on a hoagie
patties,
bun,
like two or
cheeseburger.
three patties or something, or is it just one big burger, or
You
how
can
does it?
make it several different ways. You can put a couple patties on there, or just make it in the shape of like the hoagie.
Oh,
But it's
okay,
good.
okay,
That sounds like a
all right.
cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I need Ed on. Ed to be sitting there, be like, "Oh, for real? That's what we gonna do." Probably. Look, he'll probably call back in, be like, "For real, Mel? That's what we gonna do."
Hey, that
All right,
I
listen,
would
we
definitely
need
show
some
my
photography
support for him
done.
too.
If you need some photography done, artwork, please reach out. I vouch for him. Diller Photography and Art.com. Go check out the website. Reach out. Like I said, he'll travel to you. All
Yes, I
right.
will. I
And I
will.
appreciate you being out, venturing out, both of us
Man,
coming from the yo, you know what I mean?
of course, of course.
Like,
I'm sorry it's so cold out there. I'm sorry it's so cold back
I
home. But
know it is.
I
It
had to. I was going to be
is.
in my house to do this, but I was like, nah. Let me show her what it's really like out here.
I'm gonna have to come. I'm gonna come back over.
Get
I'm
some
gonna
of
have to
that
come to
weather.
Arizona. I'm gonna have to come here.
Yeah.
Listen, they got snakes
Yes.
out there though, so I don't know.
Uh,
Yeah,
Only in the hot
I
season
don't
during
feel the
this during
snakes.
July when it's hot. Well, it's like 115, 120. They're out here, but no, not no, not like
My
this.
spirit is not saying come out there at no 115.
No, you don't want to come. I'll be over where you at. Forget that. I'll be
And
right.
y'all
Right.
are interested in that. All right, hey, I gotta let you go right now.
Okay.
Again, this is another Black business. Please reach out.
Yeah.
Marcus Dillard is his name. Pull it down so I can see your shirt and the lovely people can see your shirt. And for
Yeah.
the
Sure.
listening audience that's out there, because we are doing things simultaneously, I'm trying to make it happen. Mike, I miss you. That was my engineer. This whole COVID virtual thing, you be like, Marcus Dillard, photography and art. Visit the website at Marcus Dillard photography and art.com. Check him out. You guys, again, since he was chosen this whole week, we'll be running it. He'll be on my website, so you can go to shoptalkwithmel.com and you'll see who's highlighted as the Black business for Black History Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. And
No
let's
problem.
stay in touch. Stay in touch, and hopefully,
I sure will.
when you're in Youngstown, I'm in Youngstown.
Yeah. Oh, I'll let you know when I'm on the plane leaving here.
Ah,
Guess what? I'm coming to Youngstown. Be ready.
I heard that. Be ready. Book your appointments, and then you know what? That's kind of cool. If they know you coming, then people can book at that time, and then you don't have that extra
Exactly.
come down.
Exactly. And I still have time slots available for my Valentine shoots. Anybody's willing? Let me know. Hit me up on the site. You can
Still
you could
cheap.
do your you could do your planning and everything on the site and let me know, and then
We'll go from there.
yeah, go from there. That's
All
it.
right, lovely people. That is Marcus Diller, photography and art, and all of his contact information. It will be on shoptalkwithmel.com, as well as his own personal site, Marcus Diller photography and art.com. Very simple. I can appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
Marcus
you.
Diller. Is it? And hit him up on Facebook.
Remember the orange opportunity. Take
Opportunity.
it.
Yes.
All right. Thanks
All
a lot
right.
for coming on. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Yes.
That is
I
so
need to schedule
awesome.
my shoot.
Right? That is so awesome. We have another guest on, which I highlighted, Black History Month. Simply Kathleen Jewelry. You do jewelry? What else do you do, honey?
I make homemade soaps, body creams, body bath and body for health for people, especially like us, people of Black and African descent, because a lot of the things that we get from the store is not made for us. Even if they say it's supposed to be for us, it still strips our skin of our natural oils, it strips our hair, it breaks our hair off, it damages us internally and externally. So I have done a lot of research. I've had a lot of my ancestors, like people who have gone on before me, when they were alive, I would just sit under them and listen. Like our ancestors used to back in the day. Because I was a kid that was always left in the house when everybody they knew Kathy was coming over. Oh yeah, she could stay with grandma and listen to her, and we're gonna take off and go play. So I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't appreciate it. As an adult, I love it. Now I know what to do. I also
knowledge and wisdom.
It is. A lot of our knowledge came through oral. So like we didn't have the means to write things down. So it was passed on from generation to generation orally. So I was the one that caught it, and now I'm using it. I do like t-shirts now. My son decided to ask me what I want for Christmas. I've always been drawing things like that, putting out little things, having other people do it for me. And so I figured, okay, well, let me tell him what I want and let's see what's going to happen. Well, my youngest son, and he got me what I asked. So now I'm having a field day. And all those little sayings, all the little things I remember my grandmother saying to me, my grandfather saying to me, little things I come up with, because if anyone knows me, they know that my humor is a little twisted. So I write things down, and I have been putting them on t-shirts. Now I'm putting artwork on t-shirts, and like I wear them, like friends, the kids wear them, things like that. So yeah. I do homemade dream catchers. So like a lot of the dream catchers, and I'm not knocking anybody, period. A lot of people don't know what dream catchers are. So when they make them or they see them, they're like, oh, this is a piece of, decoration, and that's not really what it's for.
Okay, well, explain to us what the dream catcher is for.
Okay, a dream catcher started with the Ojibwe tribe, and they're like the Canada, near the Montanas, but on the Canada side.
Okay.
And they came up with this idea of when nightmares entered the children, they had the big on kids, and they would create a wheel, and they would lace it like a spider's web, because a spider can catch anything in its web. They used and based a lot of things on nature. So they would that will spin it like a spider's web and then put little things in it like for feathers or things, but it's just supposed to hang right inside the window. Because as the person that's in the room dreams, if it's a good dream, it's just going to keep coming through because the moon allows it to come through.
Okay.
If a bad dream is caught in the web and the sun comes up, it trickles down to the feathers that are hanging and it dissipates. So that the person that is sleeping in that room does not have to worry about the bad dreams or the night terrors. Well, some people call nightmares. They don't have them coming through to them. I hear a lot of people say that, it's ungodly or it's cultish or something. And I'm like, no, you just don't understand the thought behind it. You don't understand the culture. And people today have made to what was satanic, it's witchcraft or something like that. And it's just someone else's culture that is misunderstood. Like most people of color are misunderstood. So it traveled all over the nations, like the native and indigenous nations. It traveled all over the nations because they believe in coming together and helping one another. So all through the Americas, you'll see dream catchers, their own little twist, I don't know what the tribe is, but you'll see dream catchers and you'll see why they are or where they are. And usually in the rooms of children, because those are the ones that were normally susceptible to nightmares.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not Ojibwe, but I am of Lakota and Cherokee descent. So I figured I can make a dream catcher and it's authentic. A lot of the ones you buy at the store is made in China. And nothing against the Chinese, but you can't, it's just like if I were to make something that is Chinese, it doesn't have its full meaning. I might be able to replicate it, but it won't have the meaning behind it. So when it's making something for me in Chinese, I want it to be Chinese authentic. But if it's something that is Native American, I want it to be authentic and I want it to be, okay, I know this is done the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. So you hand make items. I want
Yes.
to be clear.
Yes.
I saw some of your pieces and they were really, really pretty. I was like, okay. Now, when you said the soap, so the soap that you actually make is for people of color.
It is mostly for people of color. I do have some friends who are not persons of color. So they would say, well, do you make anything for us? Can I get? So I figured, okay, let me tweak a recipe so that it's good for them. Things for like eczema, because we get it a lot. Well, like kids with eczema. And I had eczema when I was little and it flares up every once in a while, every 3 years for me. But I have a son who has it really bad that it scales and peels and it causes some pain as an adult. And that's what started me to make soap, because nothing the doctors were giving him was working. They didn't want to give him steroids because I didn't want to mess him up. You don't need a steroid. Then your body won't use it and it won't fit your body if it's done all the time. Anything you overuse does not work. So I figured, let me see. And I had to remember some things my grandmother, my maternal mother, would do for us when we were little. And I started researching. And then I started figuring out what plants and what plant extracts worked. So I put it all together. It was a trial and error, but eventually I came up with a recipe that helped him. And it started clearing him up when he was a teenager. And like every once in a while he might get a patch, but then, okay, well, Mom, I made enough to where I just take it because it's homemade and it's cold pressed. So that just means that you have to use all the ingredients. It has to set. There's no heat added, because then with the cold process, if there's heat added, you'll have actual chemical reaction and like burn up everything.
Well, we don't want that. So you practice, you experimented with your child?
I know I didn't experiment with him while I was making it, but after it was made, okay, try this, doesn't work. Good. And if you tell me, well, no, Mommy, it doesn't work, it still itches, or Mommy, no, it still hurts. Okay, I just chuck that and make something else. Try a different kind of plant extract. And then when we finally got to the one that he was like, well, Mommy, it doesn't hurt. okay, we'll use that for a little while.
What was your inspiration? I mean, I know you said we need stuff, you know, we need products for us, for our skin. Your kids they were your inspiration. Were you working a regular 9 to 5 prior to doing this?
Yes. I was working. I was raising them by myself. And when I first started, I was actually going to school full time too.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you made time for you.
I had to.
Very good. I'm looking at your skin. Very nice.
Thank you.
Moisturized.
This is just right. Today is just a little bit of my oil. That's it.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You take a shower like normal, and I put a little of this oil for myself because my skin growing up was horrible. I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
Right. So I had pimples everywhere. I had the dark splotches. I had everything just going wrong.
But you still were very pretty.
Thank you. But it's like even as a kid, I felt so horrible. I hated the way I looked, everything. So I was like, one day I'm gonna find something. Couldn't find anything in the stores for me. It made it worse, or it just didn't do anything at all. So I was like, well, I'm destined. But then I figured, if I can help my baby, I can help myself, because I was just tired of every now and then I got to pop a pimple or got to.
But you know what, Kathleen? Here's the thing, though. When we were teenagers, it was hormones.
It was.
Now, and I feel like with this generation right now, well, they throwing the makeup on. We wasn't allowed to do all that, you know. Anyway, so we didn't have that. But that was just life.
Yeah.
Different phase of life, and this is where you are and what you do. So for my young people out there that may be listening and you get a pimple here or there, it's life. It's different phases, but you can reach out to my girl Kathleen, simply Kathleen, on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other contact information that we can put out?
Yes, I have an Etsy shop. My bonus daughter set it up for me because I was doing something else, and she said, well, you need a Etsy shop. I said, well,
they keep us together, don't they?
Right, just set it up. I don't care. Go ahead. So
what's that information?
It is simply Kathleen LLC.
On Etsy?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and again, spotlighting our Black businesses. We're doing it for Black History Month. We need to do it 365 days.
Thank you.
We are all
Black 365.
But I definitely
thank you every day, every month.
I wanted to highlight Black businesses and the 3 that you saw today. So we have Unity Market and Deli. We're highlighting Marcus Diller Photography and Art, and also simply Kathleen LLC on Etsy. I thank you for coming on. Truly appreciate you, Kathleen.
So much.
And we'll be choosing, and she'll run all week, and then we'll be choosing 3 more Black-owned businesses. So don't think that you just missed because you weren't. Right. And guess what? I got to be honest because I can't be biased. I'm not the one choosing. I'm not choosing, and it's not a contest where it'd be like how many people vote to do whatever. Right. It's randomly chosen. Boom, boom, boom. Names are down, randomly chosen. So don't feel bad if we don't get to you, but I'm all about helping each other and uplifting each other. So again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
We got to stay in touch because I want some of that jewelry.
Oh, okay. Wait, I had somebody who was watching me one day make it, and they were like, well, I can't wear that. I'm so little. I looked at them and started laughing. I was like, I got a size 45 waist. My waist is 45. I am not ashamed. I'm big now. So I have a 45-inch waist, and I wear them. So you can be any size and wear a waist.
With the waist beads?
Yes.
Now, see, I got one on now. I thought about those waist beads, but mine might get missing, roll up under my stomach.
No. If it rolls, you feel it.
You stretch mark? That's a colorful stretch mark. Like,
so what? So what? You got stretch marks for a reason. It is beauty. It is a road map.
Well, listen, I might need some of that soap for my stretch marks because they look like chitlins.
I definitely need some of that soap. Eczema. Yes.
Oh, you have eczema, so you get it. All right. Again, Simply Kathleen LLC on Etsy. Reach out. Also reach out on Facebook, and you'll see Kathleen Moran. Is it
M-O-R?
Yeah, O-R. I'll be mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Moran. And you guys see her personality, so she'll give you some information if you need it. Yeah, she's so willing. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Kathleen. We're getting ready to hurry up because we ran over a little bit. I got to talk to my special guest for today's show. So we're going let's get it. Mr. Darnell Walker will be joining us. Darnell Walker Sr. now. Look, you have a child, your whole name changed. You're like, wait a minute. Right. He's going to be joining us soon. And like I said, today's show topic is headstrong. And it's all about your mindset and how you look at things. All right. So thank you again, Kathleen, Simply Kathleen. I'm going to shout it out one more time. Simply Kathleen, LLC, on Etsy.
Yes.
So you know what, this here social media and internet is helping us, but I'm gonna tell you what, if we had that back then, I'd have been rich. All right, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm excited for our next guest. I've been trying to get him on. We got to find the right time and date, and he's booked different places everywhere. It seemed like every time I go on social media, he's there. So I'm like, okay, he's doing it up. This young man, I'm still call him young because I'm young.
I know that's right.
Has an amazing story. Amazing story. And I'm gonna let him talk about it. Because I got so many questions to ask, so much to talk about. But I want you to put your hands together for Mr. Look, like I'm on stage. Put your hands together. Get ready. For Mr. Darnell Walker Sr. Please welcome. Give him a nice shop talk welcome.
Yes.
How y'all ladies doing?
Oh man, we are doing.
How are you?
Amazing.
Good.
We are doing absolutely amazing. Darnell Walker. I want y'all to remember that name. His story is so inspirational. It inspired me. Who is somebody somewhere? Is that extra? Is somebody on something? What's that sound? Whose radio is that? Deanna? No? Okay. All right. Is that you? That's not you, Darnell, is it?
They might have.
Oh, when you sitting there not saying nothing. I love your acting skills.
This all new to me, so I didn't know.
That's all right.
It's straight out. It's straight and nine.
Listen, because we're streaming from 5 different outlets.
Okay.
So we got the listening audience that can't see you.
Right.
And so whoever talking in the background, they hear that, when you can't see, you hear better.
Exactly.
All right. Darnell Walker, let me see. Back in, what was that? 90? The 90s? Early 90s. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was early 90s. There we go. Okay. I don't have to go how we know each other all the way in there. I just want to talk about, how do you like President Obama? Let's start there.
Love him. Perfect place to start, too. Perfect place to start.
Is it? Very good. Go ahead. I'm going to let you tell your story. Talk about President Obama first and let's lay this foundation.
Oh, man. So him and Eric Holder started, they changed the whole format for Clemency. Just for individuals like myself that had a life sentence for drugs or 20, 30 years for drugs and nonviolent. and been in the system for over 10 years and never been in no type of trouble or nothing like that. So they created this avenue for our case to be heard when we went through so many appeals and due process and habeas corpus and all that, and was denied every time.
Okay, let me pause you right there. I had to give it up for our president, Barack Obama.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the
24.
clemency program, and giving you clemency. Okay, I'll back up because I wanted to go forward, but I said, oh, this is gonna take a long time, and we only got like an hour. Darnell was incarcerated, and you went in what year?
94.
1994. And as you said, come on up, you said you did 10 years. This was your first offense?
Yes.
First offense, 10 years. What did they sentence you to?
Life without parole.
Life without parole for drugs.
Yes.
First offense. You have those.
No, it wasn't my first offense. But it was the first time I was incarcerated.
First time you were incarcerated.
Right.
Okay. And they said life without parole.
Yes.
Non-violent crime.
Non-violent.
Okay, go ahead. You could pick up from there. So you said that you went up and you wanted what? Parole? Wait, yeah. Did you go up to the parole?
No, federal system do not have parole at all.
Oh, look at there.
Yeah, they don't have parole at all. So a lot of people don't know is when you say a life sentence, that's what it is, a natural life. So if I would have never got clemency at that particular time, I was preparing myself to be in prison the remainder of my life, because I went through everything as far as like every appeal process, every habeas corpus you can even think of. I filed trying to get out, and it was denial after denial. And when I filed for clemency, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think I was gonna get it. But
how was that process of filing for clemency? What do you do?
I mean, you can hire a lawyer or you can do it yourself. It's all you're doing is petition to the president of the United States and presenting your case of why you should receive it.
Okay.
And basically showing that, if like how some laws change and they don't make them retroactive, or how your sentence was unjust, which a lot of ours was. Because if anybody know anything about indictments, I can show you my indictment. I sold the least amount of drugs and got the most time because I was the head of the indictment. And this is one of the main reasons why I was eligible to get clemency, because of that. I was the charges I was charged with, I was never supposed to receive a life sentence.
Okay.
So when you got an indictment and you grand jury come back with an indictment, you're supposed to be sentenced to each charge separately, rather they run the concurrent or consecutive. What they did with me was they used 2 drug counts on the indictment as one, and they used sales off the indictment to get me the 50 grams or more with 2 prior convictions of mandatory life.
Wow. Now, you had an attorney. Did you have a hired attorney or a court-appointed attorney?
Court-appointed.
Okay. Now, word to the curb is you don't want a court-appointed attorney because they work for the other side. Have you heard that before?
Yes. In some incidents it's true, and in some incidents it's not. The lawyer I had during my trial, I could never say he worked for them.
Very good.
Because he was an old school lawyer and he didn't take no mess. And my other co-defendants that went to trial with me, they had pay lawyers. And they pay lawyers was not getting the information my court-appointed lawyer, my public defender lawyer was getting.
Okay.
So he actually put up a good fight. But it's hard to put up a fight when you have things against you where the mandatory minimums kick in and you can only do so much. Because when I first got arrested, I was trying to plead guilty. Because I'm not going to say I didn't sell drugs, but I did. But they wanted me to tell on somebody in Detroit. So they wouldn't offer me no plea. Everybody in my case got offered pleas but me. I was forced to go to trial when I didn't want to.
Okay, so you didn't get it, a plea deal.
At all. They didn't offer me a plea at all.
You know, I was looking at that. Funny you should say, talk about the pleas. I was looking at that and I actually read, you know, when I went into the courtroom, Court of Common Pleas. And I was like, oh, it just hit me. I was like, oh, so they want you to take a plea.
Yeah. Because the federal system has a 98% conviction rate. So when you go, so when you go and you go to trial, it's like, okay, now you bucking against the government. So they don't like that. And once that happens, like they just throw the book at you.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Now I want to go back. So you said when we were talking about parole, state has parole and federal don't.
Some states still has parole and some states don't. Everybody was starting to adopt to the mandatory minimum where they abolish parole.
Okay.
Now you still have some people that's been incarcerated in the federal system since before 88, 87 that they go up for parole. But it's like now if you grant all these people that's been down that long parole, then my job is in jeopardy.
Okay.
Just like with the state. Like some states they got rid of, but they still got some people under the old law. So it's like they want to keep their job, so they let a couple people out that don't, so to make you look good, but don't let everybody out.
Okay. Okay, I see. Now, how many years did you do?
25.
Jesus, the Lamb of God. Did you, okay, you did talk about how you were prepared to do a life sentence.
Yes.
How would one prepare for that?
I'm glad I didn't have to find out, but I mean, it's a mindset.
But when they said it, like when you were sentenced and you were in that courtroom, what went through your mind?
I was too busy worried about my mother and my family. I wasn't worried about myself. You know, okay. This at one point in my life, I can say I was actually not selfish because I felt like, you know, I got to do what I got to do. I'm gonna fight to get out and go from there. But, you know, like fast forward to when I received clemency on December 19th of 2016, it was a month before Obama was leaving office. So that's why I was saying I was preparing, because I've seen too many people get clemency or get denied, you know, and that part of it is getting real stressful because I felt like this answer me. This, you know, if you're gonna deny me, deny me. I didn't want my petition to sit on his desk or in a pile of paper and he leave office and I would never be heard. And that's why I said I was preparing myself to be in prison the rest of my life, because at this point it was like I was at the last end as far as anything I could file. And they was passing laws that can help me, but they wasn't making them retroactive.
Okay.
So that's why I said I was preparing myself to be in prison the rest of my life.
Okay. Being there, let's say 2 to 5 years, your first 2 to 5 years, did you still make plans for your future, even though I know it sounds like an oxymoron, even though you were incarcerated?
Oh, that's a good question, because I've ran to a lot of people where I was, you know, be talking to them and I be telling like different ideas I have when I come home. And they was like, why you don't put it on paper? I said, I'm not going to put it on paper because I don't have no out date. I say once I get an out date, then I can. Until then, I'm fighting to get out. So I was preparing for my future, but not preparing for it, if that makes sense.
It does.
Because um, I was in a fight. I was in a fight for my life. So it was like, leave me alone, stay out of my way, let me get through what I got to get through. You know, I had a guy was in the same situation with me. You know, he was mainly helping me with my case. You know, uh, before I got incarcerated, my highest level of education was the 11th grade. So I got my GED when I was locked up. So it was like I had to mature real fast. I had to learn what lawyers go through, what, 8 years or whatever. I had to learn like different things about the law overnight. And I never wrote nothing up, like no motions or nothing up, because I didn't want it to be too personal. And I know I've learned because I had a appeal lawyer that wrote my appeal up, but she worded it wrong. She made a phrase, and once she made that phrase, it opened the door for them to deny me. So I know if you say the wrong things or put the wrong thing in there, they can use that against you.
Do you know what the phrase? Do you still remember what the phrase was she put?
Oh, yes, I do. A violation.
Oh, so you don't want to do that because it sounds like you're ready to fight him again.
No. See, this is the thing. Um, I had like my trial lawyer here retired. I was his last case. He said he couldn't do it no more. But he made sure his firm took the case over. So during trial, um, one of the paralegals found a case almost identical to mine. And the thing about it was the 50 grams or more is it's a charge. I wasn't charged with it, but I was sentenced on it. And so what that means is it has to be a violation of 50 grams or more. But the way the lawyer on the appeal, way she worded it, was saying it had to be a violation at one particular time. And then you dealing with conspiracy, so you have ongoing charges in that conspiracy. So by her saying a violation, it opens the door for them saying that, okay, he didn't sell 50 grams or more at one time because he was in a conspiracy, and he sold 50 grams or more within his conspiracy. So it's not a violation. So when she said it like that, that opens the door for them to deny me because it wasn't a violation. It was a violation of that charge, but the violation was more so 50 grams or more during the course of the conspiracy, or during the course of, because I had two different drug counts. One was conspiracy to distribute, and the other one was distribute. So neither one of them was 50 grams or more at one time, as far as like one sale, because it was like 5 grams here, 5 grams there, ounce here, ounce there, and that was it. But by her saying that, it opens the door, and they use another case to deny me, and said by it being a single count, and they sold more than 50 grams during the conspiracy or whatever, that opened the door for them to deny me. So that's why I say, I didn't ever want to write up nothing because I didn't know how to, I didn't know how to write it up where I have to be mindful of what they can do as far as using my words against me.
Got you.
Because with me trying to do it, it being too personal.
Okay. One of the viewers asked for you to define clemency.
Okay. Clemency. Clemency is where you file a petition to the president of the United States. That was in my situation. In state level, you would have to do it to the government, to the governor. Okay. It's where, okay, when you got clemency, you got clemency, you got pardon, and you got sentence commutation. What I got was sentence commutation, but all falls under clemency. And the pardon would be you already convicted and you just want this off your record, which it really don't be all the way off your record. It just allows you to be able to eventually one day uh, carry a firearm, or it'd be off your record for employment. But with the sentence commutation, all it did was took the life sentence off me and drop me down to any type of range that they feel fit.
Oh, that they feel fit.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And I said, I guess you was like, okay, whatever.
Hey, I didn't have a life sentence no more.
I'd heard that. That's like, whatever you see fit. Just let me up out of here.
Because my lawyers they was hoping I got immediate release. Because a lot of people got immediate release, but I didn't. But my lawyers was hoping that I did because all the stuff that I went through. And the lawyers I had, they were civil lawyers.
Oh. Okay.
And the thing about it was a public defender. That's why I say some lawyers, some of the public defenders is good, some is not. This one public defender, his name is Jeff Lazarus. Jeff Lazarus, when he found out that he couldn't do the clemency for, individuals in the northeastern district of Ohio, what he did was once he found that out, he went to 5 different law firms in Cleveland and ran everything down as far as what was going on with clemency and how the president and Eric Holder, at the Attorney General at the time, was redefining the clemency, like changing up so it'd be easier for people to get clemency.
Okay.
So all the law firms that he went to accepted this challenge, and they did pro bono for everybody he had. He had, I've heard rumors he had a list like of 30 people, and he just spread them out through the 5 law firms. And from my knowledge, out of the 30 people, I won't say all of us probably got clemency.
Awesome.
Okay.
I want to say all of us probably got clemency. But the whole thing about it is this: when I received and got 30 years, because they commuted my sentence to 30 years. So I had to do like 2 more years. But that was like a dream come true, a weight being lifted off my back, my shoulders, or whatever. It was, I always tell this story. It's like, because I knew the whole process. I was sitting in my cell. I'll never forget. I was sitting in my cell, and the COs was walking past, and they stopped, and they say, "Oh, Walker, the council wanted to see you at their office at 2:30. It was like 11:30. When he said that, I was like, okay. He walked by. I put up my curtain because we had the old bar, so I was covering them up, and my eyes just got bloodshot red. And I literally felt like I was having a panic attack, and I never had one in my life. So I was like, get yourself together. This is not no time for that. And that point on, it was like those are the longest 3 hours of my life.
Wow.
And I remember this one guy telling me when he got it, he was like, they ain't gonna call me down there. He can call me to the council office, no bad news. So that's the only thing stuck in my head. I said, they ain't calling me down here for no bad news.
Okay. We have a few more questions from the listeners. And I'm trying to see, give me 1 second here, make sure I got it right. The question was, let's see, is it here? How long from clemency granted to reaching, I guess I can't really see.
Reaching home?
Yeah, reaching home. Thank you. I'm like,
okay, I received clemency December 19th of 2016. And I came home March 18th, 2019.
6, so like 3 years?
Close to it, yeah.
Look, you like close to it. No, them 3
but
years.
See, the thing about it was at this particular time, it was a case. It was a bill that passed.
Okay.
And the bill was originally, it made the crack disparity, what they had changed from 100 to 1 to 10 to 1. It made it retroactive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So by this time, in March, I received a letter from a lawyer saying that Matter of fact, no, they called up to the prison and wanted to talk to me. And so she was like, we can probably get you immediate release. By this time I had like 13 months left. I had to do a year and a half with house. And once I got out at that particular time, I would have had no supervised release. So I didn't think I was gonna get it because I seen some case log saying that the judge was like, no, you already got, one blessing, count that blessing and just do your time or whatever. So I'm thinking I was never gonna receive it. So um, a couple of weeks later, I was granted that motion and I got out, but I received 10 years supervised release, which I never should receive. So that was like adding a sentence on top of a sentence.
Okay.
And then when my lawyer mentioned to him, like, he wasn't supposed to get it because when I was sentenced, I was sentenced to a life sentence without no supervised vision at all. And then when I got to clemency, they put 30 years and said no supervised vision at all as well. But when they put the motion in and granted it, the judge gave me supervised release, which I never was supposed to get. So he was like, listen, I'm gonna keep the supervised release on it, but I'm gonna drop it from 10 years to 8 years. So this is like a whole new sentence because when they redid that, they said there was a case came out that you had to say exactly how much time get when you get immediate release. Now they have to say exactly how much time you did. So mine came back and said I did 301 months. So now on supervised release, I violate. What can they have? They don't have nothing on my head. So what will I be sentenced to? The remainder of supervised release I have, or you just gonna add something you want? Because say for instance, I had 6 years left. They can give me 2 years on a violation and then reinstate the other 4 years or 6 years if they see fit.
How, and that's like right now?
Yes, that's right now.
So you're still walking on eggshells?
Yes.
See,
And the only reason I just always say that I got out because of Obama, because that's the first initial step. Mm-hmm. And that meant so much to me because what they did was how they changed the whole format for clemency will go down in history. I'll never see another presidential president, no other president ever do something like what he did.
You said that right, presidential president, because what we just had, Jesus. That was not my definition of presidential.
I always had a feel they talk about that one.
Yeah. So that's why I don't get that one credit for me coming home early. But I mean, it's just been a blessing since I've been home.
Who was the first person you went to go see?
Well,
listen, you ain't got to say it if you don't want to.
No, I'm saying. Well, my whole plan was to go see my mother first, but when I got out, I went back home to Detroit for a while.
Okay.
And my daughter came all the way from Youngstown to the bus station and picked me up. So that was the first person I seen. And
very good. Look, I'm sitting there like, wait. Whoever was brought a smile to your face.
Yeah, I mean, with seeing her first, still to this day, I'm surprised I didn't ever break down. Because when I got incarcerated, she was only 7 months old.
Oh my God.
Basically knew her through phone calls, visits, letters, and stuff like that. My son was 2 and she was 7 months. So that was because my son was in the Air Force, so he was overseas. No, he was when I came home, he was stationed in New Mexico. So she left work. Matter of fact, she told him, she said, listen, I'm going to get my daddy. I'm leaving. I don't care what y'all do. If I don't have no job when I come back, I'm gone. I'm be there for a couple of days. I'll see y'all later.
I heard that.
It's for real.
So when I seen her, it was, I don't know how I held up in front of all them people. I don't know how I held up. And then when I seen my mother, she was the second person I seen. So when I seen her, same thing. It was like, I don't know how I held up.
I think it's amazing that you said when you were sitting in the courtroom and they handed down your sentence, those were the same people that's what was on your mind then.
Yes.
And that was the first set of people
Yes.
that you saw coming out. That's amazing.
Yes, because like another part of that is when I received the clemency, and now it was getting on the phone with everybody, letting them know. Because I had just talked to my son that Friday. I said, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I said, but if I call you, because I used to call him every Friday. I said, if I call you before Friday, then you know what it is. And he was like, man, quit. He was like, okay. So I called him that Monday when I received it. I never forget, it was a Monday. And he was like, quit playing. Why you calling? What you calling me for? Don't do this. What you calling me for? Hold on, let me pull over. And he just started crying. And I told him. So it was like everybody was telling him, my mother, my aunt, everybody was starting to cry. And nothing happened to me. But my daughter was at work. So I was trying to get them to get her to come home so I can call so nobody would tell her before I got a chance to tell her.
Good.
So when I told her and I didn't cry then, it was like, okay, when I'm gonna let this go? But you know, telling them all about it, you know, it meant a lot to me. And it was it was a hell of a journey.
That's a heck of a story. So when
Yeah.
you're writing it,
Huh?
when are you writing it?
That's a good question. I want to write it, but I don't want to write it myself.
Why
So
not?
I
Is
think
it
I would get too personal.
you need to?
But I don't. It's a lot. It's some things that I want out that will shed a light on a lot of different things instead of me trying to make it personal and making it more so about me, and then actually the stuff that I went through and how the system is. So I have
So
started like writing
you gonna
some.
wait till you off paper all the way?
No, I still do what I want paper. I don't care because I'm not doing nothing wrong. So it's nothing you can come get me and
Right.
say or do. But the thing about it is, I am I have started writing some things down,
Mhm.
but I am looking for somebody to. I'm looking for somebody to write it for me. They say for me or with me.
Okay. Okay, with you.
So it can be a writer that that's established, or it can be a writer that's trying to create a name. Because from talking to a lot of people, I know just kept saying that I have a story. I have a story, and I feel like everybody have a story, but I think I do think I have a story, and I am looking for a writer. So if anybody out there is willing to take on this venture with me, please feel free to get in touch with me.
Okay, you
I'm
definitely
definitely ready.
you have an impactful story testimony. I got my slashes in there,
Hmm.
and you had to go through that. You like, why do I have to be the sacrificial lamb, right? Well, I got to be the one to
And
do all of
Right.
that.
and
But
I'm glad you mentioned that. Not to cut you off. I'm glad you
go
mentioned
ahead.
that because I feel like I was. Because only reason I say that, and I say this, I've been saying this a lot. I have done my research. I have not found one person from Youngstown area or uh, caught their case here that have received a life sentence for drugs in the feds.
Neither have I, and I did mine.
So, so
I did my research.
I was the sacrificed lamb of everybody else that came after me because I have not ran across one person or seen or read that anybody else had a life sentence for selling drugs in this area.
And that's crazy to me because they will give a pedophile less time.
Yes, there was.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. And then they call it, they say that they have now, well, last 5 years, they were talking about that being a pedophile is a mental illness. Yeah, but don't get less time. Like, yeah, you got
right, exactly. That don't make it any better.
No, they're just trying to justify it.
And
Exactly.
we have to ask the question that is always a good question, and that is why. That is why.
They nasty.
But I want to get back to Darnell Sr. and what he is doing now. I'm so freaking excited. I am. Let's talk about what you got going on now.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Okay, it's actually two different things I'm doing. I have a personal training company, and I'm also a real estate investor.
That's it. Let's do it, people. Let's do it.
And the thing, the plan that I have, the vision I have, and what I'm going to create is, I want to help single mothers get homes.
Okay.
Whether it be their first, second, or what, but I'm setting it up now. Like I have 2 properties now that I'm fixing up now, flipping now. One of them is in the process of selling to somebody that, credit was not that good. And I found somebody, one of my partners, she helped restore credit. So she's helping to restore the credit. And I found a mortgage company that will help her get her first mortgage. But they'll give her the down payment, but she has to pay her mortgage on time for 7 years straight. And once that happens, then they'll forgive the down payment.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, she'll have to repay the down payment back.
Exactly.
This
is something I was planning on doing later, but when the situation came about, I was ready to do it now.
Opportunity.
And another thing I'm doing also is I'm building a crew of people to work on houses. But the people I'm looking for is people like myself. Anybody that's coming home from prison that want to get in this business, that has a skill, I'm hiring. I'm not looking for nobody that's already established, that don't have no record and nothing like that, because it's hard for us coming home getting jobs. So I want to be that person to try to help create. This is my way of giving back.
It really is. That's a hand up and not a hand out.
Right.
Right.
And anybody that's in the streets, that's trying to get out of the streets, this apply to you too.
I have a question. So is it just people that are in Youngstown, Ohio, as far as like the single mothers trying to get a home, or
Right.
if they're trying to relocate, or people that want to relocate to Youngstown, Ohio through that mortgage company that you're?
Well,
go ahead.
Well, but with mortgage companies, you can go. It depends on where they like certain mortgage companies. They do it in different states. Some do it in different states, some don't. But it won't be hard for me to find. But as of right now, yes, it's just here in Youngstown. But my plan and vision and dream is expanding through all cities and states, because real estate you can do any and everywhere. And I'm just not going to settle just doing it here. I want to do it any and everywhere I can go. And once I'm off supervised leave, that's when everything is really going to come into play like that. But until then, this is one of the main reasons why I came back to Youngstown, because I felt like I played a part in destroying Youngstown. I want to play a part in building Youngstown back up. And when I was sentenced, I said it to the judge then that I would help any community I'm in that, it doesn't matter what community I'm in, whatever community I'm going home to, I was going to help that community. So I did start off in Detroit, but I seen a few opportunities here, ran into some people that was willing to help me and see my vision, and they wanted to be a part of it. So this is why I'm back here.
Awesome. Awesome. When I talk about headstrong, referring to the topic, I was like, I got to get him on here. I got to get him on here. It's like, because I don't know how I would be. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just I can't even stay in the house too long. Like
Right.
this year, look, this little mandation, everybody get out with the whole COVID thing. I was like, oh my goodness, let me open a window or something.
Right.
What suggestions would you have for younger people that are coming up and, you know, being incarcerated and just getting in or getting sentenced? What words of encouragement or what, you know, advice would you give them to keep their head strong while they do their time?
Don't get caught up in jail politics. Don't get caught up in the daily basis of what goes on in prison. Because my whole thing was, I always say this, I was physically locked up but mentally free. I never got caught up in the day-to-day things that happen in prison. You know, I had to be aware of my surroundings, but I never got caught up. Like some people join this, some people join that, and you know, they just want to be a part of something and be into everything. That wasn't me. Only thing I wanted to do is make and build a better me. So I had to find the things that kept me motivated and kept me focused on my plans, focused on me getting out. And that was working out, reading, and later on music. So those was my escape. You know, talking on the phone or on a visit, I never talked about what goes on in jail. I never talked about what was going on in the prison I was in. Even when we went through some lockdowns or that, you know, my mother or my kids that asked me what happened, all that, I was like, nothing for you to worry about. It ain't had nothing to do with me. You know, I just left it at that because, you know, a lot of stuff happened. I'm not just saying like nothing happened in prison, but a lot of stuff happened in prison that like basically happened on the streets. So I just didn't want them to be worried or think I'm going to get caught up in something like that. So my whole focus was just getting me together, preparing myself to get out, you know. But, you know, as time go on, that's why I said I was starting to prepare myself to be in prison the rest of my life. But until that point, I was just trying to educate myself, uh, think of different ways to make money legally, because I already made in my mind I wasn't coming back. And that was like within my first 9 months there, because uh, it was so much negativity that was pointing my direction. It was so much he was this, he was that. It was so much where I had to sit back and look at like, was that actually me?
Okay.
But I mean, that's where the change really started kicking in, because the change really started when I was on the streets, and but it still, the change couldn't come about because it still was so much negative stuff around me. And you know, one of the main things a person can do that's incarcerated, surround yourself around positive people. There's a lot of positive people that's in prison. You know, since I've been home, I've ran into or talked to a lot of people that I was locked up with that's home now. And it's like I haven't heard not one of the people that I bumped to or talked to back in the streets. I have not heard one. I mean, because it was a lot of us. We had a lot of time, you know, and for us to go through that, all of us kept saying we didn't want to go through that again. I would never, I would never put myself in a situation where I can be incarcerated again. It's not a good feeling. It's what a lot of people don't know is it's very lonely. I mean, you can be around 1,500 people, but you still by yourself. Them people don't know you. When something happen or they get transferred, you get transferred, they go home, they gonna forget about you. Some forget about you, some don't. But it's not like being home with your family. So that was my whole thing. So anybody that's starting to do time, don't get caught up in the day-to-day politics of prison. Stay positive. Find a way to educate yourself, and you know start putting a plan together.
Awesome. Very good words of encouragement. From you being a son and your mother on the outside, and I know as a parent, I'm concerned. I'm always concerned, even walking out, when mine walk out the door. What would you say that you needed, or what would you say that you needed from a parent while you were on the inside? Because I want to try to help, mothers, and we know, and I've been working in corrections. That's why I don't know all the terminology
Right.
for over 2 decades. But what would you say to a mother out there or a father out there and their child is incarcerated that you needed? Or not even just you per se, even like maybe, other, inmates that were in there.
Right. I'm just going to speak from experience with my mother. She did everything she could for me when I was incarcerated. Everything that she could in her power that she could do. But the main thing was she was there for me. Like I didn't have nobody to call. I'm calling her. She answering her phone. That meant a lot to me. She drove until she couldn't. Till she got of age where I didn't want her to drive. She drove 6-7 hours just to come see me, and it was like once a month. Then the wintertime came, she couldn't. But just her answering my calls, sending me letters, cards once in a while. Her just being there for me, like a mother, like a mother do. If I wasn't incarcerated, she still, did all those things. So, any parent that got children that's locked up, just be there for them. Help them out any way they can. Like when I was, every book I needed or wanted order, whatever, my mother did it for me. She, she sent me books, let me know different books that, once she started ordering them, it was like Amazon just pops up. I use this author name, so new books just pop up. She was telling me about books I didn't even know about. I was like, I ain't heard nothing about that book. She's like, well, it's about to come out. You want it? Yeah, go ahead, order it for me.
Awesome.
So I mean, she was just there for me. And the main thing that I had to learn later on, when a person is incarcerated, their family is incarcerated as well. To a certain extent, they are incarcerated too. So they may not understand like what you're physically going through, but you've been taking on them your family's lives, so they are incarcerated in a way as well. And and my mother, she been going through this since '86. My oldest brother got locked up in '86. My youngest brother is locked up now, but so she been going through this since '86. So for anybody to know, she went through a lot. So she went through this journey with all three of us. So it's like I could never put her through that again.
Very good. Very good. Let's hit on the conversation. So when you call and you talk to someone on the phone, and I'm not trying to put you back there, so don't think that. I'm excited. Look, I'm excited that you're out and doing good, like Frankie Halfaker say, doing a little good in the neighborhood. The conversations that benefited you being incarcerated. And I'll kind of elaborate a little bit. You know how you have people that want to teach you, and I'm using air quotes for my listening audience, or lecture you, Like, you know, you need to do this. You need still saying what you need to do after you're already there and you know it was wrong, but it's almost like they just compound that. It's like dude, you know.
To be honest, I was I was doing so much for me, where when I call home, you know, I used to always tell everybody, don't try to hide your problems from me. I can multitask. I can deal with my problems and help you with yours. So my
Okay.
whole thing was when I call home, I just want to see how everybody's doing. Tell me what's going on, good or bad. You know,
Okay.
like I done had plenty of conversations with my kids, and I done told them like I wear multi hats. So if you want to talk to me as a father, I put that hat on. If you want to talk to me as a friend, I put that hat on. If you want somebody to just listen to what you got to say, I put that hat on. Just let me know. But I was I was there for everybody in my family. I didn't want nobody to sit there and try to hold stuff back from me thinking I can't handle it. No. What I'm going through, I can handle anything. What I've been going through all them years, I can handle anything. So don't try to hold nothing from me thinking I can't handle something. I can handle it.
Because you do have that misconception of we don't want to add any more stress.
Mm-hmm. But I looked at it like this, and I used to tell people, I say, I'd rather deal with your problems. Your problem is nothing compared to mine. So give me that time and let me try to help you with your problem. Let me try to give you a solution to your problems, because mine is it's a burden. I mean, I just gotta wait my turn. That's how I looked at it. But I mean, I used to, you know, I used to tell everybody in my family, you know, don't be afraid to tell me nothing. If something happened, tell me. I don't want to not know.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know. That is good to know. See, I want to also add, you know, with Youngstown, because you figure don't nobody know anything about Youngstown, but there are people to do because they used to call Youngstown Little Chicago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard that.
And I was excited with your Clemency, and it was a young lady with her Clemency right here in Youngstown. I was like, oh wait, Youngstown, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa. So it was a win for the entire city. It was a win. It was unfortunate, but just knowing that that happened, it was a win. And it was like we won. You know what I mean? It
Right.
wasn't just, you know, and we didn't go through what you went, but at the end, the celebration, it was like we did it, you know, a team effort. And even though, like you said, it was 20, 25 years you did, coming in, being young and leaving out a totally different person, and everybody's grown and you looking at it and you be like, oh my gosh, this is jacked up. But in the end, the bright light was there. So I want to say to you, whether you know it or not, and people probably don't come up because they probably didn't know you personally, but we was rooting for you.
I appreciate it.
And a lot of people like, yeah, yeah. And I'm sure you probably communicate with a lot more people than you were like, I didn't even know they know me. Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait, they done reached out. Hold on. What's really going on? Yes. And when you got the Clemency and when the young lady, she's not on the show, we focused on you right now, but I do want to say it was a young lady. So you guys could do your research. Another young lady that got out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it was a win. It was a win for our little hometown. Like,
Right.
yes. And we do look and we want you to succeed. So even like with, you know, your business, and I appreciate that business because I wanted to do I was going to do like a little restaurant, and that's what I wanted to hire. I wanted to hire people who couldn't get hired.
Right.
And I was going to do everything. Here go another idea. You know, we do it, Nick. I was like, if we do it, you know, and you name like a combo meal 1, 2, 3, you know what I mean? And it was called, this restaurant was going to be called The Sale, but then they ended up having a club. They called that The Sale.
Right.
And pay livable wages, and not just, you know, not no porter type wages, you know, in there. livable wages. Get out, let's do it. Here you are, and be proud,
Exactly.
but not revisit where you were, but look at where you are now. So I appreciate you hiring, who you said that you're hiring, felons, like to get out here, because it's kind of it's like, okay, I'm out, I'm released. Now what? I can't get hired. I can't do
Right.
that. Can't do that. You got out and you started your own businesses. That's remarkable.
Thank you.
That's remarkable. And you got out what year, you say?
2019.
I wanted to make sure that was clear. 2019, pandemic. Can't nobody go out. 2020, 2021, same thing. It's 2022, and this young man has 2 businesses.
So there's no excuse for anybody else.
Right. So when you hear, I see that, I watch the news, and I see what other people post, and it's like, oh, people don't want to work. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. Well, guess what, Darnell? I have to tell you, we're all on the same playing field now.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you have a lot of people who started businesses, and not that they don't want to work. They don't want to work for you. We're working for us.
And I tell I tell a lot of people that that go and put in 12 hours a day for somebody else. I say, why are you putting 12 hours in for somebody else? You can do it for yourself.
There you go. That's how I feel about the overtime. No, I'm good, because I'm not going to take away from Shop Talk with Mel.
Exactly.
And you get addicted to that money, and you find yourself putting in all that, the sweat and tears, and stressed out, making somebody else, achieving somebody else's goal.
Yeah, and then when would you have time to enjoy it?
You
working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
I ain't doing that.
No.
Look.
At all. Because when I first came home, my supervisor leads at the time, she was surprised. She didn't even tell me to get a job or nothing. She didn't even help me get a job or nothing. So I was working as a trainer for one gym, and I was cleaning up for another gym. And the one gym I was training at, this is the reason why I quit. When they tried to hire me, they wanted me to be a sales rep. I said, no, that's not what I want to do. I say, I want to train. And they would say, well, we don't have no training jobs yet. So they called me back. I was like, I'm cool. I just got a job, clean up a gym, and eventually I'm going to be a trainer. And they was like, well, we got a spot for you. If you still want it, you can come get it. I said, okay.
Okay.
So I was there, and what I didn't like how they ran things. And this is what I mean by that. I was training members at the gym. They was charging them $45 for a 25-minute session, and I was getting $12 an hour.
And you were doing the work.
I was doing the work, and then they end up having me call people, like, say, if both y'all have memberships at this gym, and y'all stopped coming. Y'all had the membership where y'all had trainers, and y'all stopped coming. They wanted me to call y'all and try to get y'all to come back. I said, hold up, that's a sales rep. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, if you got somebody for me train, I'll train them. Then I end up just training 4 or 5 people like once every week for 25 minutes. I said, I don't even know these people. I said, I can't get a chance to know them, talk to them, nothing like that. I said, you know what? I quit. And I put it in my mind then, I said, instead of me promoting them and trying to do all this for them, I can do it for myself.
Absolutely.
And I can treat people better. Like the gym I train at here, and this is another reason why I came here too, because the gym I train at is VSSN. It's right behind Blue Rift Tavern. And basically what he do is, I just had it's like a hair salon or a barbershop. I just pay monthly dues.
Okay.
So one of the owners, Doug, he really understood, what was going on. And he runs his gym like it's a family. So he knew that what I wanted to do for training people and, get to know them so I can be able to train them better, he knew this and understood this because this is how he ran his gym. And so when I heard about it and I went, I immediately said I want to be a part of this. And eventually I'm gonna open up my own gym. But until the meantime, I can learn a lot from him as far as how he do his gym. And the thing about it is a lot of people don't understand and realize the importance of taking care of yourself. That's like when you was mentioning yesterday about different things to eat and stuff like that. That what really got me because when I tell people like, eating different things and what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat, first thing they say is, well, you're a trainer, you can say that. No, this is what I learned. And this is what I'm trying to show you and teach you because we got to take care of our health. And it ain't had nothing to do with working out. Just like you saying, like change your diet up. Changing diet up is so important. It's like 75 to 85% of everything. As far as like you want to work out, you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, 75 to 85% of it. But if you don't want to do none of that, you still got to eat right. Because you go to the doctor and you tell them you got an ankle injury, they're gonna try to give you some pills. So they try to give you pills for any and everything. But all they can do is just tell you like put some ice on it, wrap it, move it around, stretch it out a little bit. But they don't tell you this. They want to just give you pills and keep going from there.
Oh, don't let me crack you up or ice and elevate, and then the people they just take that and that's all they're doing is icing and elevating, not knowing that now you ain't gonna be able to bend it. It's like you're gonna have another issue, ma'am. Or so.
Yes.
Darnell, I want to thank you for coming on. If you're looking for a personal trainer, get with Darnell Walker Sr. I'll get his information for you. You guys can check out the website, reach out. And you guys had the opportunity to get to know him today, and that was my mission and goal.
I definitely appreciate you having me.
Yeah, he's approachable. So, if you have some questions or anything like that, you guys can get with me. I'll reach out, and then I'm sure he'll contact you. The home flipping the houses, investing in self, and helping others.
DAB Property Group.
What is it?
DAB Property Group.
I couldn't remember. See, I couldn't remember the DAB. What does that stand for? What's that the acronym for?
Darnell, Adrian, and Boogie.
Oh, that's all the people. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm like,
and my personal training is Determined Life.
Determined Life. I knew that one. I had that written down. I got that.
That's my baby right there. I have a lot of things in store for that. It's just gonna take a little minute, but I have things in store for that.
Okay, and ladies, let me put that out here. You see, he personal trainer. You don't have to go to Florida and get a BBL to Brazilian butt lift. Get with Darnell Walker, personal trainer here. Get those glutes right.
But for those who already have that,
they already had the surgery.
It's important that you maintain the maintenance, because you just sit back and don't work out and thinking that you always gonna have that. No, it can be worse than we was before you went to have surgery. So the ones that did have it, yes, you have to maintain even more.
What? Yes. So like the celebrities who butt dropped.
Mm-hmm. I train a few people right now that has the surgery, and I learned that from them. Okay. They were telling me how much that they had to do to maintain it. They didn't want it to be a waste of money.
See, I thought once you get it, it's just there.
No,
because it's transferring your fat, so you got to keep that up.
Exactly.
So you just don't even spend all that money.
So that's why I wanted to make that part clear. If you had this surgery and you think that you're gonna keep your body the way you was, as far as how you had that surgery, you're gonna keep it like that. No, I'm not just saying it because I want you to come want me to train you. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you from true facts from somebody that told me.
Wow.
Okay. They said, because one of the main person I trained that had that, she eat right now. She works out. She works out hard too. And she knows the struggle behind it. And she said she didn't want it to be a waste of money.
Okay. So the BBLs, that's the transfer of fat.
Mm-hmm.
Not nothing extra.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That's why I never understood why people be like, don't get the BBL because you end up dying and this and that because of what they put in. I'm like, they putting in what they take out. They take it out the front, they put it in the back.
But the thing about it is, what I learned about that too is that surgery is you putting a lot of trauma on your body. So it can be life threatening. It can be in certain situations, it can be life threatening. But I mean, some people just gonna do it anyway, but you got to maintain it afterwards.
Because I seen some, I don't know, the was it silicone? Where, you know, and then they're on shows afterwards and their butt is like cement and just all jacked up. That's why, and the reason I was asking that question is because with training, I'm like, if you put something in, that's heavier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Having to do the extra lifting in your thighs. But I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
First and foremost, we got to get you back. When we talk about this BBL, I'm gonna have you on there. Look, have you on there, like as a guest. Let's get a doctor on there and talk about it. And let's
whenever you want me back, I'm here. I will be back.
You will. Thank you so very much. Hey, listen, your beer game tight.
Thank you.
I was like, okay, so I was a little distracted. That's why when you see me, I was like, oh, okay. I'm beer game tight, brother.
Thank
tight.
you. But the thing about it was I was pushed to do this. I was basically like challenged because I didn't want it. And they was like, I'm telling you, you would look good and you look in it. Go ahead and try it. So when I tried it, got compliments. You know, I started feeling myself, so I kept up with it.
Go ahead, Nick. You wanted to say something?
Yes, this is the most I've heard him talk since I met him. I told him that before. He is so quiet when you're around him.
I still am, but Mel, she got me to open up, so that's a positive. When somebody can get me open up, then it's a good thing. Like how Shimmy always pushed me.
Yeah. Good. Let me tell you, him with Shimmy, I was so hurt with Shimmy. I was devastated back then. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, but then he let me know I was green. He was like, Mel, you was green. You didn't know what was going on. You just pulling up in your bag. It's like, I had no idea of nothing. I was like, what? And he was like, you was so green. You didn't have. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. I was just shocked. But
yeah, we've been through a lot.
Yes. And it's amazing to see you guys starting your own business, doing it. Pray to God that someone listening, if you know somebody, share with somebody, share the show. They can just fast forward if you don't even want to listen to me talk for 2 hours. This part,
trust me, they want to listen. They want to listen to you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, when I heard you talk one time, I was like, hold up, I told Jimmy, I said, we got to get on the podcast. I hate that I missed that day, but that's when I said to you, when I missed it, I say, well, I got to come on your show.
Yes, you guys are always welcome. You're always welcome. Determined Life personal trainer, Darnell Walker Sr. How can someone reach out to you if they need personal training and not just coming to find you because your beard tight?
Thank you. But they can, I'm on, right now, I'm just on Facebook and Instagram. But that's why I say I have a lot more in store for Determined Life.
He froze on us. Look, that's all he needed to say. I got a lot more in store for Determined Life. All right, lovely people, that is my time. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. Thank you for joining in. I truly appreciate it. You probably don't even know. I enjoy it. We want to give a shout out to the lovely.
Also, training, just go to Determined Life.
Oh,
my personal trainer, Darnell Walker, or Instagram, Determined Life.
All right, and I'll have that information. You can reach out to me. I'll get you connected with Mr. Darnell Walker, personal trainer. And if you're looking for a home, That's the go-to guy. Amber, thank you so much for helping me with the live studio audience via Zoom virtual.
No problem. No problem.
I want to let the lovely people know, if you want to be part of the virtual live studio audience, just reach out, shoot me on Messenger, inbox. You guys have the number, the call-in number live, which is 619-902-2287. You guys can text me as well. I got it right here, okay? And thank you guys for commenting on here. And I want to say this to you, Darnell, Annette. Annette says, congratulations on your release and best wishes in all your endeavors.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all know what it is. Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people.
Shop Talk.
Okay.
Right here on your favorite podcast, whatever it is. Shop Talk with Mel. That's WITH, okay? And Shop Talk with Mel. Shop Talk is one word. Don't forget to like us on all socials, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Just Google Shop Talk with Mel. Help your girl out, because I'm trying to get monetized.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
I love you guys again for listening, and thanks for coming on. I can't say that enough, and you got to come back.
I will. I'm waiting on you to call me back. I'm coming.
All right. Take it easy.
You as well. Thank you.